Well, time for something a little different. You didn't misread it. Indeed, this device does allow you to control your games with the turn of your head or the blink of your eye. Say hello to the Tobii Eye Tracker 5. Damn, that rhymed really well. I did not intend for that to happen, but hey, welcome aboard. Good to see you all here. It's time for something a little unusual. Some games that we know and love here on the channel, but with something a little different. Yeah, the Tobii Eye Tracker allows us to basically play these games with our head and our eyes, and it is now available for a 15% discount starting today, February 22nd, until the 10th of February 2025. You guys can be a part of the Big O Sim Fest and maybe get yourself a good old game or two to go along with it, with the link down below in the description. So thanks to Tobii for partnering up with me. They are sponsoring today's video, and I'm happy to try it out again because I did try out the original Tobii Eye Tracker many years ago when it first came out, and I only stopped using it because I got a new monitor that was curved and I couldn't really use it anymore. Luckily, the Tobii Eye Tracker 5 totally allows you to attach it to your monitor very easily without worrying about a curved monitor or ultra wide or whatever the case may be. It's a really good fit. I'm actually surprised in a simple solution to that, and I kind of wish I would have played with it more. So definitely 110%. We will be using this device more on the channel for the games you're about to see, but also, of course, it's compatible with much more. So check the library down below in the description. Microsoft Flight Simulator, for example, Star Citizen, and much more. So again, link down below in the description for you all. And they also have a little sweepstakes going, so you can enter that and give yourself a chance to win a Tobii Eye Tracker 5. So that's pretty sweet, actually. So yeah, 110%. I want to play with the Tobii Eye Tracker a lot more. Easy install, and something that I wish I honestly had used more back in the past. It's even better now, more sensitive tracking, and games now are integrated with this, as well as a few laptops too have Tobii devices in them. So it's certainly starting to grow with a hands-free. I'm telling you guys, it took me longer to open the box and literally like get it out on the table than it did to plug it in and just attach it to my monitor and download a piece of software. And you know, usually I'm not one who cares about whether or not people say easy to install, because it never is. But in this case, for me at least, it was. So good for me. Anyway, thank you again for subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much for hitting the like button, and of course for becoming members. And now enjoy a little extended first look at some games with the Tobii Eye Tracker 5 here on the channel. But again, this device is certainly one that you should definitely check out elsewhere. Don't take my word for it. There are some other great videos out there of people playing all sorts of games, and I think you'll find it's pretty good. And now it's mine. Yeah, we're going to play with this more. But check this out. Here we go. Pretty blue skies. Hey, you can see an airplane up there too. I'm actually kind of looking at it with the Tobii Eye Tracker 5 right now. You can see the plane going over there all the way over the mountains. That's cool. Well, welcome to Construction Simulator, everybody. A land that we know all too well. A simulator game near and dear to my heart that we've got several hundred hours in. Our current job is to go to a construction site and do a little bit of excavation, put some soil in this dumper, and then put some pipes and cables in the ground, and then do some backfilling. Now, as you can see, this little circle that you might be seeing on the screen is exactly where I'm looking, like I did with the airplane, and so that's going to show exactly where we're looking. At the moment, I'm actually playing with an Xbox controller and controlling the camera with the traditional, right stick to rotate the camera, but I think where this game really excels is when we get into the actual cockpit itself, and, I like to play a lot in third person. But with the Tobii Eye Tracker, we can now do a little bit more for realism, convenience, and immersion. So if we go into the interior mode, check this out. You can again see where I'm looking, and as I tilt my head or look around with my eyes, the game will immediately start turning the head a little bit. We can look down at things like, speedometers and gauges, and look over at mirrors. We can actually zoom in a little bit too. If I lean forward, we can look at for example, the mirror here and see if we're clear to back up. So it's really neat to be able to do that, but it is very tricky to get used to. It's so often that we're really familiar with using our thumbs to control joysticks or pressing down a button to zoom in, here we actually have the freedom of like leaning and looking around. Now this is true in American Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator, and any other games such as Star Citizen 2, where typically, you know, you're in a cockpit or you're in a cabin in front of some sort of control. So we're going to drive around a little bit here and get a feel for it. I've already got like a track hoe, basically a digging machine, ready at the construction site right now, and very, very cool to drive this around like this. I can't wait to do like some Euro Truck. Now I have used the Tobii eye tracker, I think the version 1.0, a long time ago, and I did like what was going on there, but this is a little bit more responsive, and of course has the extra features now to fit onto more curved monitors, which is really the only reason I stopped using mine. I didn't know they made adapters for it, so I was like, well, that was fun while it lasted. So it's nice to actually be using this again to where I can, you know, look before I turn and whatnot. And we even have a lot of freedom here to look almost like directly behind us too. And in some vehicles, the seat will actually flip all the way around. So we'll get like a 360-degree cockpit there too. A lot of vehicles in Farming Simulator, for example, have that. So yeah, we could drive around the town like this. You'll be seeing a lot of driving later in like Euro Truck and American Truck Simulator. But one other thing that I like about this game and how they've set this up for the Tobii eye tracker is if we go into the map, we can actually like look around and zoom and lean in and stuff with that. So we can, you know, literally look to where we want to go and then actually kind of go there. And there's a few options you can turn on and off, such as dynamic lighting and again the you know, click control with your eyes and things like that too. So if you want to have more or less control with the Tobii eye tracker, you can. So we're going from our base and fast traveling here to the construction site, and then you can see there where I'm kind of like looking at the controls and such. So very fun to do if you're a streamer. You know, you can actually turn this on to show everyone where you're looking. And there's a few other peripherals and other, like, you know, things that you can download that make it a little bit more fun and immersive for anybody watching you. So right here, I think, is the house that we need to be at. And let's go back into third-person mode and take a look around as to where we're at here and kind of get a little lay of the land. Oh, right there. Okay, so there's our backhoe ready and waiting. And then there is our dump truck that we're in now. So we'll just kind of back it up here. And again, you can see the difference in feel for the, you know, third person. I think third person for myself gives me a little bit more precision, but that's because I'm not used to driving in first person with the immersion of an actual interior. So if we wanted to go for full realism, especially if you're trying to back in you know, American Truck Simulator or something like that, it really gives a different feel and a lot more sense of accomplishment and pride if you can actually do it without too much damage and you know, looking so janky. But you know, you got to practice, and that's kind of what's fun about all this too. Now we could actually look out the window with the controller. We could still immediately switch between the Tobii eye tracker and the controller. So as you can see, I'm still looking around with the Tobii eye tracker, but yet with the controller I can kind of force it to do some things faster. So if I need to immediately look behind me, we could just basically do that to simulate turning our neck all the way, or we can go slow. So we've got a big range of motion, and we don't have to go into the controls to switch between the two, which was a big fear of mine, and luckily, you know, that comes down to the game, and this is one that we don't have to do that on. So let's try a little bit here to dig out some dirt. I am a little rusty, but this is one of my favorite games we showcase on the channel for simulation, and a game that is made much better with friends. So if you have somebody who has the Tobii eye tracker, you could sit them in the dump truck all day, and if they do that in real life, which a lot of people actually do, you'll be able to simulate their job, you know, here. And some people can't get enough of it. They eat, sleep, breathe, and love heavy equipment and games, and they go hand in hand oftentimes. All right, into this little track hoe now. We're going to go into the interior view and again look around a little bit, get a feel for what the vehicle's like. We got our side mirrors, we got some other switches and controls, and you know, we can look behind us as well as control this you know, bucket here at the same time that we're looking around. So that's pretty cool. We can control all that stuff. But what we do need to do is go back into more than likely third person to really get close to that truck. So again, very nice that we can switch between the camera and the interior view instantaneously. So it's a little easier for me to maneuver the vehicle here, but much more immersive and satisfying to, you know, dig with the little backhoe there. Let's go ahead and get close. We'll go back into the dig mode, and that should work. There we are. So the game will basically check to see if there's a, you see that little red dot there? All those little red circles? If we were over that, the game would not let us dig and would say that the rigging was blocked. So some games, it is a good idea to switch back and forth between the two, although some other games like Flight Sim and American Truck, Euro Truck, you never like leave the cabin. Like you never even get out of the chair, and let alone, you know, no reason to, brother, with the open road. Love it. Okay, so now we're going to dig up that way. Oh, this might be a little too small for that. These are all DLCs. Actually, this vehicle, I thought this was super small. It's still too big for that, but you get the idea, right? Bringing over a flatbed truck or a smaller pickup truck or whatever to get all that stuff done. So let's lean in here. Check our precision. Nice. Now, at the end of this mission, we bring it over a flatbed. We use a crane to lower piping and cables and stuff into the ground. So a very big sense of accomplishment to use, like, for example, the tower crane to deliver a bunch of materials, although slower. Again, more immersive, more satisfying. And if you can't get enough of realism, then it doesn't get more realism-er than that. That's right. More realism-er than that. I know what I'm saying. Do I? I think I do. Anyway, cool stuff. This is a great game, by the way, for its terraforming and like dirt digging like that. It's very, very responsive and not as frustrating as other digging games. So the fact that this one was on the list, I almost shouted out loud, because this is a game is really what future games need to do for digging, and I hope to see more simulators like this with mining and earth moving and stuff for compatibility with the Tobii eye tracker, because when you can sit inside the cabin all day and use a big excavator, I mean, we've had entire streams where I'm inside an excavator for 3 hours, and so it'll be a lot more interesting, I think, to see that. So I definitely want to do more live streams with the stream team and the Goof Troop to do some more digging and construction sim and see how that goes with the Tobii eye tracker. And I know a few friends who absolutely would be interested in this. They love every little doodad and extra little add-on that actually adds quite a bit of difference to your game. And yeah, I actually do feel a little bit more immersed being able to look around like this. It's strange. I always thought that the Tobii eye tracker, when I first heard about it, would be impossible, because it's like, well, that's only possible with VR. But this thing's been around and has passed the test of time of people really enjoying this one and buying the future upgrades and things like that, where you don't need any extra things. You sit there and you stay within like your pre-programmed little radius and whatnot, and you're good to go. Like, there's really minimal setup. Very delightful. Works well with this game. Let's take a look at how we did from third person here. Not too bad, except I missed the I missed the dump truck, but it's a little too big for our itty bitty. I mean, this thing's smaller than I expected, but not too bad actually. Within a matter of moments, we got ourselves a big old pile of soil. Almost said the Jurassic Park line, but not too bad. So then we load it up into this truck, and we could drive this all the way over to the gravel plant and drop this soil off as well. So full immersion. You could have you and a friend digging and dumping all day in first person in that mode, for the most part anyway. I recommended that you go into third in this one, but I do, again, love the fact that I can easily switch between these two, like, instantaneously. The fact that I can do that. And I love also that we could do this. We could go into first person in the... Oh, wait a minute. Did you see this? Check this out. You see where my eyes are looking right now? My own logo right there on my helmet. Yeah, we got the Raptor logo right there on the helmet in the game. That's cool. Yeah, you can tell I love this game. So anyway, if we go into the camera mode here, we can even go into first person as our character, so we can kind of just look around and, like, look both ways before crossing, that kind of thing. So again, you could continuously use the Xbox controller to look around like this, and then use the Tobii to kind of get that more precise precision. You just need to take a little bit more time to get everything just right. Again, Euro Truck, America Truck Simulator, Flight Sim, a 747, a Cessna, a Peterbilt, and a MAN are all going to be different for you in their controls, and so you might want to tweak each of the games to your liking that way. But not too bad. We kind of did a quarter-ass job. Not bad. And there's me escaping around my plane. I gotta get out of here into the next game. Let's go! Well, good morning and welcome back to American Truck Simulator with the Tobii eye tracker. So same deal as before with Construction Sim. We have ourselves, of course, third-person view with the mouse control, but we could also play, of course, with the Xbox controller, whatever you like to control the game. But when it comes to controlling with your mind, or I guess with your eyes, yeah, you could just look around and look at how easy this is. I've been testing this too, to where I've been like tilting my head to the right but looking to the left. This thing is pretty smart in knowing what way I'm actually looking, even if I try to like trick it a little bit. Most of my head is also covered by a microphone, because I'm a YouTuber, streamer, whatnot, extraordinaire. So some of my face is actually blocked, and it's doing a really good job of like tracking that I'm looking up and down and right. And actually, like any sort of like, nod that I do, it simulates like a bump too, which is kind of neat. Now, as we're driving around, you'll notice that our head will kind of sway, and that's what happens in real life too. Like, you're not really sitting fully still the whole time that you're in a vehicle. You're moving around too with the elevation and inclines and bumps and whatnot. So very well done so far. And again, I've already played Euro Truck with the previous eye tracker. In fact, Farming Sim as well. And I think Euro Truck and Farming Sim are probably the two best examples of a really well done game cabin. And then the Tobii eye tracker just enhances that beyond. You may even say the same about Flight Sim and many other games too. And the simulators are good, but again, this does much more than that. So I'm impressed to see even things like Assassin's Creed Valhalla on the list. I'd like to see how that works. Anyway, we're going to jump into getting an actual job here today. We've slept till daytime, and I'm going to go ahead and see if we can find ourselves a little freight job. I got a nice little Mack truck here that I've been using to haul logs. I've restarted my profile recently and wanted to start fresh, and now we're starting fresh again a little bit with the Tobii eye tracker too along with it, so that's cool. Let's go ahead and grab something from the freight market just real quick. We're in Colorado, just outside of Denver, so we'll grab something short and sweet and see how it can do. Maybe from Denver itself. We're going to just go a short distance and see if we can make a sleek delivery without too much trouble. We're going to have to go and drive and pick up the cargo and then deliver it. So we have $4,000 from Denver to Colorado Springs. It's not too bad, so we'll set that as our destination. We'll bobtail it over there, which is basically driving without a trailer, and then we'll pick that up and then see how that all goes. So primarily, we'll be driving in first person. Again, you can play the whole game. Is that Geralt from The Witcher? Oh my god. You basically play the whole game like this, so pretty nice. Okay, let's go ahead and roll out, brother. Now, I'm also playing with I said mouse and keyboard for my actual camera controls, but I am also playing with a Logitech steering wheel. So, you know, it's really another step in enhancing your game when you get more of these peripherals. You don't think so, but then here it is. And one thing that I've got to do more in this game as well is, like, start looking around when I'm driving. Whoa. There we go. This is a weird perspective. Usually I'm sitting in one place, so driving like you normally would, getting used to driving how you should, is really weird when you know you're in a game. I'm going to go ahead and start looking left and right, which again is weird that I'm actually obeying the laws and doing things logically. Weird. Got to turn off the gamer brain and turn on like actual person brain. This is so weird. Okay. And I'm rusty here too, but I do certainly love myself some Construction Sim, American Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator. You name them, and they're good. Also, I noticed that my camera is oftentimes looking over to the right because I am also looking over at that GPS to see. So, pretty cool. Man, you know what? Actually, this is great because I can take my eyes off the road a little bit and look up at the beautiful sky. Oftentimes, I don't get a chance to look at the skybox in this game. Oh wow, and I actually kind of remember my 8 shifter too, switching between 1 through 6 and 7 through, I don't know, 400. I don't know how many gears this thing has. Ooh, a Volvo coming through. Hey, buddy. Nice color. Oh, I thought he was going to go through. Okay. All right, let's go. It's going to be very strange to drive this thing with a trailer because I am, wow, all over the road. And I love it. Freedom, brother. True, unquenchable freedom. Now, I guess to make this more realistic, I shouldn't be looking over. Yeah, I shouldn't be using my mirrors at all. This is my road. I own this. I paid taxes, so I'm going to drive the way I want, because America, I guess. So yeah, let's not signal and let's not look. Like, that makes it more realistic, right? Yeah, just like that guy. That's right, a hero right there. And of course, you get to kind of more freely look at things, which is cool too. All right, it's time to pick up our cargo. We'll stop here and tell them that we would like to pick up the from the freight market those clothes that are going down to. Oh, looks like they changed it on us. We were going to go down to Colorado Springs, and that job seems to have expired, so we're going to go up here then instead. It's now furniture, so the job has changed, but it'll deliver all the same. And how much money are we making from this? We're making. Oh, just about like $800 more. Not a big deal. So we'll go from here to there, and that'll be just fine. So we're at the location now. We'll have to swing back through Denver and then work our way up to Sterling, which seems to have some good elevation to it. It looks like it's on like a mountainside or something. Right, switch back to first gear. This is going to take a lot of getting used to, but I think this is a fun challenge. I was kind of afraid as to where this might be too difficult, but it's quite exhilarating actually to try to master a new piece of equipment. something that adds as much realism as it does like control. This is almost like as if you were, I don't know, buying an actual, I was going to say like a steering wheel for the truck, but those have already existed a long time. So this just kind of gives us one more way to control things. Now that's interesting. They're putting furniture in there. That's a refrigerated trailer. Yeah, we got to keep it fresh, never frozen here at company.llc. We have the fresh, most finest of furniture, only flash frozen and thawed at your location. So yeah, okay then. All right, let's see how we do here. All right, we'll back her in. And I think if we turn far enough, we might look out the window. I'm not sure if that's set to do that, but I might need to do that just to cheat a little bit. But we can lean forward and try to look at that bottom mirror. And that one kind of gives us a little bit more extendo view of what's going on around us. Ooh, boy. Ooh, watch it. That was a dumpster there. Almost a dumpster fire. Me. Like a glove? Look at that!
Let's go.
Alright, now the trailer gave us a tremendous amount of leeway, but I'm proud of myself. First try, didn't even practice. I just want to go in and see what happens, man. Oftentimes when we play games like this, I just want to plug and play and just see what happens and then refine things later. I mean, you never know if something's going to be perfect right off the start. And it's just like buying a new truck in ATS. Sometimes you just got to buy the new truck, drive it around, and then make changes. Especially because you're probably broke. So hopefully this job goes off without a hitch. Well, we'll need our hitch, so that's important. Anyway, is that a toll booth up here? Oh no, that's I think a recruitment agency on the mini-map. Someone just honk at me? I'm in a parking lot, right?
Turn right.
Unless I hit somebody. That's fine, that's for the attorneys to work out. Okay, we're looking good. Again, remember, we're not going to signal freedom. 2 lanes, freedom.
Stay right, then turn right.
Alright, so up to our red light. Now remember, in the United States, we take a right on red, but I think it might be state-specific, and since I don't know, I'm just going to go. And let the attorney sort it out. Perfect. Hey, got the best attorney. Alright, so let's jump up here to 7th gear. Take a look, make sure there's no cops behind us. Want to always be on the lookout for the police. And it is quite the experience to see all these locations now. And
stay left.
With the Tobii.
Then turn left.
Tobii.
Turn left.
All right. Ooh, okay, we're good. We're good. Nice to look around a little bit. You can almost look into the back of the... Ooh, that's really responsive. Nice. If I can get construction sim up to this level of Euro Truck, then we are locked in, man. I think Euro Truck is probably, and ATS, the prime example, both these games together, because they are developed by the same, I think they're from Prague in Czechia, Czech Republic, Opravdu Dobre. They're a very good, very good developer, and have put in a lot of time into, I think, working with Tobii on getting this right. And again, I think the simulator games are probably amongst the best for the Tobii, because, I mean, when you're just sitting in a simulated cockpit, you can really do a lot of work in refining it and making it work well. It's not the only example, and I'm impressed that they try to break out into other mediums and not just do sim games, which is great. But I still think that, you know, farming sim, ATS, Euro Truck, all very good here for the Tobii eye tracker, 100%. 100%, Brad. We're going to have to play with this more on stream, because this will be fun, especially when chat tries to distract me. That'll be great. Love that.
Stay right.
Okay. Uh-oh. We're running out of fuel. Uh-oh. Now it's become a lot more dangerous. We're going to have to find a rest stop, a refueling station. Gas and food exit 66A. I wouldn't have been able to read that. It saved my life. Tobii eye tracker saved my life, and this happened. Thanks, Tobii. It actually kind of did, because I usually don't read those signs anyway, because they're you kind of have to look at them to read them, and I don't do that when we're playing with a mouse and keyboard. Thanks, Toby. You saved my life.
Turn right.
But don't take my word for it. Okay, let's see. We're running on fumes, y'all. Fumes.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
Nice. Alright, let's fuel her up, boys. Hey, you guys want to go inside? Let's get some Slim Jims or something. What's a good snack? What's a good gas station snack for y'all? I'll get you something. Wow. Full cost us $369, $3.47 a gallon, 106 gallons. Wow. All right, let's go. Well, that was easy. All right, let's go left. Who's going left? We're still about an hour and a half away from our destination. And going back to the highway. Seems to be we're in our happy place now. Oh, I only have 10 gears, really? Alright. Oh good, a green light to surpass the way station. Goodbye. Closing in fast, y'all. Now the clouds are pretty. Uh-oh, I'm thinking, will it rain? Let's see. Oh, it's almost 6 p.m. though. We've been on the road for a while. We'll be there in like 30 minutes. Okay. And there's Sterling right there. With a large intersection coming up.
Stay right, and then exit right. Exit right. Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
Oh boy. Gotta remember that Jake brake one day. Whatever button it is. Sometimes you just gotta make it work. Force my way over. Hell yeah, brother. Hey, the rules of the road are when two trucks meet in the wild, the superior horsepower has the right of way, and I'm pretty sure we got more. What's this guy hauling? Milk? He's gonna serve it on my table. This guy wouldn't have a job without me. Oh boy. And I'm not gonna have a job as I run this life. Okay, we're good. Whew, taxpayer, small business. That's all you gotta scream when you pass through there. Okay, according to GPS, this thing's on our left, or we'll be turning left at the end of the street. Oh, and we're discovering Sterling for the first time. We discovered a new town together. Bro, this game lets your eyes become a controller, or, well, the Tobii eye tracker does, and you can do that in this game. That's pretty cool. All right, I'm passing this guy. Don't you come over to my lane, sir. You stay over there. Uh-oh. Final destination? No, thank you. So we're not getting behind that truck. No, no, no.
Stay left, and then turn left. Turn left.
Oh, it's a red light. All right, we're going through. We're going through. Taxpayer, small business, yeah. Okay,
Stay right,
that's all you gotta do. That's it.
Turn right.
Just say the song and your attorney will rescue you.
Turn
Ooh,
right.
look at that. Is that like a city hall or something? See, I would have never gotten an Extendo Mega look at that thing without pulling over and going into photo mode, which is totally valid, but nice that I get to do it live. Alright, cool. Alright, so up here's our destination. We're pulling into, then we're gonna back this trailer in whatever they want us to do. It's not an articulated trailer, so it should be pretty easy. Those articulated trailers are a little trickier to drive, but much easier to park. You won't have to reverse or anything like that with those.
Turn right.
Oh, we're turning into the Shop Town. Shop Town! Come on down to Shop Town. Looks like a furniture store. Well, probably a department store that does have furniture. That's cool. Look at this place. Very America. Look at that. Oh, hell yeah, brother. You see that big old truck? Hell yeah, brother. Oh, they got the delivery out back. Okay.
Finally, we are here.
No surprise there. Oh, that's not... That was a surprise. Alright, where do you need it? Let's see. They want us to back it into the hardest position. I want to do that one, but honestly... Yeah, I'm good. Actually, I'm gonna wimp out at the last second, but... Cool, though. I gotta go on my break, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Truckers have rights too, baby. Oh, look at this. Chop Town. Alright, let's see. I'm adopting this year in my life the can't somebody else do it policy. It's like, oh, just pull your truck up here, brother. Oh, can't someone else do it for me? Oh. And like a glove. Beautiful. Put our parking brakes on. Cool. I looked at it, made it more immersive. Detached the trailer. Go back into mouse and keyboard. Hey, there we go. Excellent, too. Not too bad, right? Honestly, I wasn't super rusty. Definitely some rust there, but with the Tobii Eye Tracker 5, it added some challenge to it that, like, I'm actually interested in mastering this thing and learning and perfecting the settings to just make it easier for me. And I really prefer looking left and right rather than hitting a... Once again, back on the farm in Farming Simulator 25. We're in Japan. It is now August, and we've kind of finished a lot of the stuff that we're doing, but we'll always have something to do when we're doing contracts and things like that for the neighbors. We're going to do a harvest here in a second, but I just wanted to show off the farm a little bit. I'm proud of it. We did a lot of cool stuff in this farm, and now we can drive around all of our vehicles with the Tobii Eye Tracker. We bought all this stuff, played it pretty damn legit. We got ourselves a rice farm with all sorts of different tractors and implements. We're doing spraying, and I think we also have been harvesting potatoes too. We own a potato factory we're going to make a potato chip factory very soon. But check this out. If we hop up into one of these tractors, yeah, just like, yep, just like in Euro Truck, we can look around with the Tobii eye tracker. Pretty damn sweet, pretty damn clean. Honestly, this might even be better by default than the Euro Truck one. But again, remember, everybody's monitor, lighting, games, everything like that are so different. It's very sensitive with the looking of the eyes, by the way. I might want this one to be a little more sensitive with just head movements. But there are ways to refine that. You know, a quick glance at the left and right for the... for the side mirrors is pretty cool. Let's take a job then and do a little bit. This game, by the way, has a GPS system now, which is going to make this an absolute delight. We're going to pick this job here. I think we're going to harvest some canola, so we'll do that. And I'm going to just go ahead and borrow the items, and they should be waiting for us at the farm shop, and we'll drive them over there. We've already got another harvest going on, too, with... somebody else on our team dropping off some other stuff. So I don't want to disturb them. But as you can see here, these lines right here, I think actually this is the harvesting job. You can set the GPS to active and then literally just drive on these lines. And while you're in the cockpit, look around and see the beautiful skybox. And clouds that are simulated. Nice simulated weather. All right, now we're at the... oh, there we go. We're at the shop now. So we'll probably start by maybe bringing the tractor over with this big O trailer. So we're going to... harvest the canola with this. This is the header. This will, of course, kind of chop up and grind up all the plants and get the valuable canola into the back of this thing. And then it'll go out via this pipe into a bin here, this thing, that will then bring it to the bank, wherever the person we're working for wants it to go. And then we'll sell that for a hefty profit. But this game is incredibly realistic with real-world and real-brand tractors and equipment. So just like in American Truck Simulator and just like in Construction Simulator, these games going for realism are bringing in real brands. And now this is a much further way to look around your case tractor. I had no idea that seat was so red. I had no idea. Look at that. That is crazy. All right. Well, let's go ahead and fire up the tractor. I think we have to hit this button here first. It's been a while. There we go. All right. So we're going to hook up to our little bin to our left. We're just going to drive nice over there. Let's see if we can do everything in first person. Little more space here would be helpful. That's a pretty big trailer. We're in Japan, so everything's going to be a little tight. You can imagine how tight it gets. Oh, God. Huh. What the hell happened? I did something. It scared the hell out of me. I thought the radio came on. Anyway, as you'd imagine, in Japan, all those city roads are going to be real narrow. Smaller cars, smaller country, smaller vehicles. Nothing wrong with that. We just got bigger tractors, and that can be a real hoot. Okay, upper right corner, we need to harvest field 14. That one we need to begin. So let's open up the map real quick. Wow, that's amazing. Like, that looking down is me looking down at my keyboard. I feel like I'm being spied on, man. That's cool. All right, we're going to drive over to field 14. So let's see if we can set cruise control to go over there properly. And are we driving kilometers? Yeah, we'll probably do about maybe 35. There we go. All right, cool. So yeah, as we play this, as I've been playing with this Tobii Eye Tracker 5 more and more, I'm really starting to get more comfortable in the games, but it will take some time, at least for me, to get used to, because usually the controls that we play with are pretty well done. Developers do a really good job with camera controls with actual controllers, but it is nice to literally be able to look around and turn your head, and that's something that I just don't think I'm used to. Being able to have that much freedom to where we can simulate things that realistically makes it tricky at the start, but I think if you stick into one game the whole time, especially like getting started with Euro Truck and ATS, that's going to be a great way to like learn really how to use this device, and of course to get all your settings right too. But you know, it takes a little bit extra time, but I think it's actually worth it and adds a little more level of realism. People actually buying like chairs and stuff that have hydraulic controls too, as well as Tobii eye trackers and other things for, you know, like I think an Xbox controller for this game is just fine, but there are people who are literally playing with like actual like farming equipment, realistic setups, things like that, where they're using like a control panel to control all the hydraulics and whatnot. So that's pretty impressive. I think here we've also luckily disabled the cars. This is a multiplayer save that we've been working on throughout the previous year, so it's nice to be back here. And I am all over the road, but I'm going to try to do my best to get us there. Move that out of the way. Cool. Oh, look at the fog over the... what is that? Maybe there's peas or green beans there? That wonderful field number 5. So cool. very peaceful game. Probably amongst one of the best chill and cozy games. I'm going to say it does look chilly out. It is August, though, in Japan, which means it's probably 80 degrees Fahrenheit, but that could be chilly for the Japanese, too. I've got some good Japanese friends, and when it gets down to about the mid-70s, they're like, man, it is cold out today. And I'm like, bro, you don't even know. Like I mentioned, I'm from Minnesota, so for me, 0 degrees Celsius is like, oh, actually kind of warm. I thought it was going to be in the negatives today. But it's crazy when it gets in the negatives with Fahrenheit, I tell you what. Alright, 36 kilometers per hour. Yeah, this is great. Honestly, I think all three of these games that I played, Construction Sim, American Truck Simulator / Euro Truck as well, and then also this game, Farming Simulator, I think all I've got to do is some basic adjustments to turning up the sensitivity and turning down the sensitivity just a hair. And other than that, we've got ourselves a beautiful, beautiful setup. And look at that. There's all the canola. Not too bad, honestly. Not too bad at all. So everything that you've seen here that's a little janky is mostly on me, because I've played with Tobii before, and after setting up a Farming Simulator run, I had a lot of fun many a time playing with the Tobii eye tracker before in Farming Sim, and we may just do it again. But I think my new big favorite is probably going back into America Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator to play. It's a good time, man. And even better that we can look around and look at actual gauges and switches and controls and computers and buttons and know that we can actually use some of these or see them flip as we do things on our controller. It's pretty cool. Honestly, it's pretty cool.